Hello everyone, it's Wednesday the 4th of March. It's less than a week now till Cheltenham. And today, albeit it's midweek action and it's nothing that's ridiculously top class, I guess, there's quite a few that I like today. And also into this evening's meeting as well. So I want to try and be as brief as I possibly can. However, like I said, there is a total of 6 horses that I like the look of this afternoon. So, if you bear with me, I'll go through them with you now. The first one comes in the 220 at Catterick. It's trained by Donald McCain. Now, I'll be very honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Donald McCain. However, he has had, 4 winners in the last 2 weeks, and he's gotten his horses starting to go well. Brian Hughes climbs aboard, which is obviously a massive plus, especially with his close chase for the champion jockey's title. And he climbs aboard former course and distance winner, the Herd's Garden. Now, with Catterick, it's a really, really unique course. If you have a horse that acts well round here, it's a massive, massive plus as far as I'm concerned. And having that course and distance win is a massive tick in the right box for this horse. Yes, it's an 11-year-old, so it's obviously going to have to compete against fresher legs. But on an attractive mark, which is less than its last winning mark, it's unbeaten at Catterick. It has conditions to suit, distance to suit, ground to suit. All things point towards a decent run. And I think at a best price now of 13-2, I think that's a cracking each way bet in the first at Catterick, which is the 220. Later on the card, in the 350, let me bring that up now. In the 350, I like the Evan Williams trained Go Along. Its form figures of late looks a little bit like a telephone number, unfortunately. However, the horse drops in weight. Obviously, it's on a better mark. Also drops in grade. I think the last time it was in this company, I think it's class 4. It was a win, and off a higher mark, a higher weight. Also, the trainer sends one all the way up from Wales, obviously where he's based, and it's something that he doesn't do very often. I don't think they'll be sending the horse all this way for a holiday. And the Williams yard itself actually has just short of a 20% strike rate here at Catterick. They don't send an abundance of horses this way, and if they do, they're going to be horses with a chance. Best price now of around 4-1. If you are able to get anywhere throughout the day, say 9-2, 5-1, I think an each way bet is worthwhile. But 4-1, decent enough price, and that's Go Along in the 350. Staying with Catterick, that's where 3 of our selections are today. And the third and final one from this venue comes in the next race in the 420. Let's have a look there. Yeah, in the 420, the one that I like the look of is Fresh New Dawn. It's an obvious selection, I know, but just as Brian Hughes is going for the Jockeys Championship, so is Richard Johnson. He's on the comeback trail. He jumps aboard Ollie Murphy's horse. Ollie Murphy has his horses going really well of late. A third placed effort last time out should stand him in good stead. He won a few starts back as well. I think, running off this mark, which he obviously placed with last time out, this looks a less competitive race. I think 5-2 is probably a generous price, and I think it's definitely a horse that's worth backing. So that is Fresh New Dawn in the 420. Again, apologies, I still can't get rid of this cold, so I probably sound a bit dopey. But anyway, hopefully it'll be gone and dusted in time for the festival next week. And my final 3 selections all come on in the all-weather. The first of which comes in the 5 o'clock at Lingfield, which is the last race on the card. The horse that I like the look of there is Percy's Prince. Now, Percy's Prince is a horse that I napped, I think it was last time out, and he finished 5th. Joe Fanning probably looks the more experienced jockey out of the field. There's 14 runners, so it's relatively competitive. And at 4-1, I'd probably say the horse is a little bit too short now, but it has been backed. Hopefully that money is a positive sign. It's an eye-catching jockey booking, I'll be honest. I think the horse is more than capable at this level. The draw is probably something that puts me off slightly coming out of stall 13. However, over the 2 mile trip, I don't think it's going to be as detrimental over such a marathon distance. So yeah, That's in the 5 o'clock at Lingfield. Percy's Prince, the Amanda Perrott trained 4-year-old with Joe Fanning on board. Tick a few boxes and should go close. And then my final two come tonight's all-weather meeting, which is at Kempton. The first of which is in the 6:45. I'll be honest with you, it's a bit of an obvious selection, from his exploits overseas this past week, to a novices event at Kempton and an all-weather meeting. Pulls apart, but Frankie Dettori, to me, is probably the classiest jockey that we've had in the last 10 years, if not more. And, he jumped on board John Gosden's horse. I think it's called Semhan, if I'm pronouncing that right. Finished second last time out. Certainly has the ability to go one better here. Even money, I think, is a really generous price. Obviously, it's open to other horses. They've all been lightly raced. I mean, the likes of Win-Win Power with Sylvester D'Souza could go well at a price. But I think that second placed effort is by far the best form on offer. Obviously from the massive powerhouse yard of John Gosden. And I think everything points towards a win. And I think, to be honest with you, I'm surprised it's not odds on. Even money, I would say, is relatively generous considering the race. Yes, they could unearth some sort of superstar in the making somewhere else. But I don't think this race is that competitive or that star-studded. And by far, number one on your card is the one to be on. And last but not least, an hour later in the 7:45, the penultimate race of the day, I like the look of, let's have a look if I can find it. It's the Andrew Baldwin trained Oloroso, course and distance winner. One round course and distance last year after it had a relatively lengthy absence. The horse's all-weather record is pretty decent as well, especially here at Kempton. Andrew Baldwin has his horses going well. It's attracting market support. It is a course and distance winner. 4-1, I think, is probably a little bit too short. However, I'm hoping that bit of market support is another positive sign. And Oloroso, to tie up the day, are my 6 for this afternoon, for Wednesday, the 4th of March. So before I let you go, let me fire those at you. So at Catterick, there's 3 horses in the 220. I like the Hurt Garden. In the 350, Go Long. In the 420, Fresh New Dawn. Over at Lingfield in the 5 o'clock, I like Percy's Prince. And at Kempton this evening in the 6:45, Semhan. And in the 7:45, Oloroso. Personally, I think if you can get 5-1 or bigger about these horses, I'd back them each way. If not, perhaps do them in doubles, trebles, upwards, perhaps some sort of multi-bet. But those are my 6. Again, thank you very much for watching. Good luck if you follow. All the likes, shares, all the support is very much appreciated. And fingers crossed for a bit of profit.